NBA awards and season leaders. Very straightforward in terms of player props, isn't it? It's like this is a season-long player prop, and then there's an award at the end of it. That's what you should bet on, I guess. Very easy for me. MVP. I've talked this out on NBA Australia. I love Giannis for this pick. I think he and Jokic, actually, Jokic should win.
Yes.
Ostensibly. He's the best player in the world. The giant Serb is huge. He's awesome. But again, Q in the rack in the last 4 or 5 weeks, because what happened the last time they did that to that guy? They won the title. True. Simple as that. True. So maybe he does that again. Maybe they learn. They go, right, you don't have to go hammer and tongs for the entire regular season there, Nicola.
Just rest him up a bit, yeah.
You can look on your horses on your phone and go, yes, it's a very good horse. Look at big horse. I love horse. And then just chill out for like the last 6 weeks of the season, right? That worked last time, kept him fresh for the playoffs. He was right there in the MVP discussion regardless.
Yeah.
But probably had he have gone hammer and tongs, he probably would have won a third straight. But that was what gave everyone pause, right? He hadn't won a title. He'd never done it in the playoffs. That doesn't matter for a regular season award.
Shouldn't,
of course, voters are psychos. They're like, you need to prove it to me. Like, all right, idiot, shush. But he then did go and prove it. So if he has like a comparable season to last year, he probably should win, and that's why he is the favorite, I think, at this point. So if he does that, he should be the favorite. But if he does sort of take the foot off the gas down the stretch, voters might then go, it's a bit hard. But all of his like numbers outside of that were chaos, right? Like he still led the league in all the advanced stats and everything. Embiid led it in scoring.
Scoring, yeah.
There is no chance Embiid wins this. What's more likely, stats guy? If Joel Embiid this year, I don't know, manages to turn like a DeLorean into a time travel machine by using like a fusion reactor that is fueled by rubbish, or wins another MVP. I'd say time travel.
You're on the DeLorean.
I think he's much more likely to like modify DeLorean for time travel than win a back-to-back MVP because the voters are just going to go, nah, I won't get fooled again. They're going to start playing Who songs. They were like, nah, you got to prove it to me, buddy. Like then no one's going to vote for him for MVP again and then watch him get bounced in the East semis once more.
Yeah, so, NBA awards or just American sports awards in general are very, much on success more than the individual, like your Brownlows and things like that. So, yeah.
Narrative-driven stuff as well, right?
Yeah.
Where I think Giannis could come into it because he's a proven champion. He's already done it. Yeah. This would be his third as well. There's a very short list of gentlemen who've won 3 NBA MVPs. It's 8 people long. Giannis and Jokic would join that list if they won this year. So I do love Giannis. The thing is, he does have Dame Lillard.
Yeah, I think he might drop off a tiny, tiny bit.
It might run rampant over the East anyway. But my pick is Jayson Tatum, just because I think the simple idea this year you might have like a really flat top of the pyramid, basically. One of those South American pyramid stats go without the pointy bits.
Yes.
A bit flat at the top.
Original ones, yeah.
Don't say good day to Chicken Itza. Anyway, the point being, Tatum at $9.50 is probably the best value because he could be the best player on the best team. This Celtics team could win 60 games. He could average 30 points a game. I think I broke down in my article. So we actually have the MVP article up on codebet.com.au. I broke this down in this one, simply going, I just want to see a little bit more of an improvement in his handle.
Yes.
Playing next to Drew Holiday, playing next to Derek White. Just tick those assists up just a little bit. Kill the turnovers. 3-point shooting goes back up to about 38%. He was at 35 last year on 9 attempts a game. If that goes up a little bit more with more weapons around him, a little bit more spacing with the extreme zinger meal in there too, I think he can stick around that 30 points a game mark. He can get his, especially if that 3-point shooting just like ticks back up a hint, right? Like that's, that extra sort of half point per game that you might have been missing across the last season.
Absolutely.
I think he could romp this in just as like the best player on the best team. You get to the end of the season, you go, well, Joker's taken the foot off the gas a little bit. Giannis has had Dame by his side all season, who's done just as much as him for their success. And Tatum is the clear best player on the Celtics. Like, even if Jaylen Brown is very handy, we all know that he can't go to his left. Like, the dude just can't dribble left.
It annoys me so much.
The zinger might get hurt. Who knows? That's what he does. I think Tatum could win this. I love that. And the really interesting name, I think, as a longer shot is Devin Booker. If he can really bump up that assist and go point book, playing next to KD, really awesome. Old KD. KD's 35 now. It's just one of those things where Booker's going to shoulder a lot of this load. We saw it in the playoffs last year. He averaged 33 and 7 assists. Like, it's
crazy.
If you keep that up, he could be a nice shot at like $21. But Tatum is my pick for MVP at 950. Most improved player, Mikal Bridges. Hello. On the Brooklyn Nets. He took a jump last year. This year he could take a leap.
Oh,
You like
I don't mind that. Yeah.
I road tested that on NBA Australia last night. I like it. $8 though for Bridges. He's the clear favorite. The other one for me is Tyrese Maxey. I think this is, especially James Harden bouncing or asking, where's James? Does anybody know? It's like, no. It's like, just go search every stripper joint in the
pizza rolls,
wings, and you're laughing.
Yeah.
He's putting a lot of ladies through college. Good on you, James Harden. That's just giving back to the community, if you ask me.
Just a good man.
I love that he's away for personal reasons. The personal reasons are I hate Daryl Morey and I don't want to play for the Sixers.
It's obvious. Yeah.
Personal. I'll pay it. Anyway, most improved Tyrese Maxey. He could talk about taking a jump, and this could be the leap. He could be massive this year next to Joel Embiid for the Sixers, especially without Harden there. I actually really like Maxey at 15. So if you split it between Bridges and Maxey, you're probably feeling pretty good about yourself. Rookie of the year, Victor Wembanyama is the clear, obvious, just dead set favorite. The value just isn't there now, though, so I'm going to go Chet Holmgren, 550.
I can't believe he's up to 550, yeah. It's crazy.
I've talked this out plenty of times on this year's show and on NBA Australia. I think he just has more chances to play for longer.
And in a better team, yeah.
Better team, stay in the public eye, stay in the voters' eyes. Like, Wemby is going to be a hype machine all year. 65 games he's got to get to for the awards this year, though. Maybe just a little bit dicey and he misses just by a couple, I reckon. So give me Chet. I think he gives OKC everything they need. Defensive player of the year, always a tricky one. Bam Adebayo for me, or Evan Mobley. I like Mobley probably a little bit more just because it's the sexier name, stats guy. I love a sexy name.
It's like Evan really? Okay.
It's because it's a newer name. Like Bam Adebayo's been around the block. We've all seen him do it, and he's always sort of in that top 5 voting for the defensive player of the year. I just don't think Miami would be good enough, and I think defensively Mobley could be like an absolute highlight reel. Another interesting name to look at that for, though, is Wembanyama.
Yes, I put him in the article yesterday. I'm like, that's a really good price.
Really, really good price.
Could average a couple of blocks, yeah.
I'm going to talk about that in a second, but Wemby, for your actual defensive player of the year at the moment, he is still at 11. So he could win defensive player.
Defensive's 19 I've got on here.
There you go.
Yeah. On Bet365, yes.
Yeah, 365. I was looking at lads. So.
I was going to say, that's a big difference. Wow.
I like it a lot. Six-man, Emmanuel Quickly, $8. Derek White, $17. Probably Quickly gets the nod here because he probably has this role defined from the very get-go this season. I think last year they sort of tried a bunch of different things in New York, and I think from the get-go they just go, Quickly, you're our guy.
Yeah.
Score lots from the bench, please. And he's like,
old school Clippers sort of style, yeah.
100%. Derek White, if he moves to the bench as well throughout the Celtic season, just keep an eye on him. 17. I think Quickly wins it. Coach of the year, probably Mark Daigneault. I think you see the Thunder take a big jump as well this year. I think they're going to be really good. Clutch player of the year, you've broken this one down, stats guy. Donnie Mitchell, $17. I think Cleveland. I think Cleveland might be in more dogfights this year than a lot of those other good teams, and I think that means that he's their clear number one scoring option, similar to De'Aaron Fox last year. If you play a lot of clutch minutes, and score buckets, you win the Clutch Player of the Year award because it's a stats-driven award. Yeah,
Mitchell, I think they're going to have a lot more close game. You got Lillard, I think, is the favorite, but Bucks could have a lot of games where they win by 10 plus, and then you can't even get that clutch point stat. So
you literally don't have the clutch point stat if you're winning by 20.
He could still have a couple of buzzer beaters, as Lillard loves to do, but that's not going to get you every single game under that, 5 points. Which
it would be hilarious if you win Clutch Player of the Year because he's hit some halftime buzzer beaters.
Yeah.
It's like, that doesn't count.
It's halftime.
And lastly, let's just go through the stats category. Scoring leader, I love SGA at $4.80 or Luka at $5. I love that Luka price. Even with Kyrie next to him, I think it's going to be a lot of Luka. Assist leader, Jokic, $6. Love that. And same with the LaMelo Ball, $7. The forgotten man there in Charlotte. Tap the hat. I don't like LaMelo as a player, and I don't really like the over for the Charlotte thing because he's going to still rack up a lot of stats.
Yeah.
Good player, bad team. Rebounds leader, Domantas Sabonis, the Souvlaki King, $4. I don't mind Giannis here, though. If he gets it around $12, the sneaky best value, though, is Walker Kessler out there on Utah. $19 you can find him. He was like 8.4 as a rookie. You tend to sort of get like a better vibe in your second year as a rebounding big man for like positioning. You're much more involved. You're going to play more minutes, like simple as that. So I think Kessler is a really good look. And blocks leader, I love this, Wembanyama. He's 7'20". He's going to block 3 shots a game. He's sleep.
He could average 3 a game.
He'll block 3 shots from the car park, stats guy. Like, what are we doing here?
Oh, looking at some of the photos, Slender Man sort of vibes of. It was very scary. If I was playing against him, I don't even think I'd see past him.
It's chaos. It's like his forearm is as long as my body.
It's crazy. He's crazy.
He's $5 you can find him for blocks leader. I am all over that. So there is every single player prop that is basically worth talking about. I think there's plenty more to dig into. We'll be talking about them all on NBA Australia all through the season. Stats guy, what about your player props?
I'm just going to quickly look at the Champions League in the morning. Manchester United taking on FC Copenhagen. United, they're back into some solid form, winning 4 of their last 6 matches. I think there's going to be a lot of goals scored here.
You think that's just because they've all watched the Beckham documentary?
Maybe. Since that's come out, they were horrible at the start of the season. They've won a couple. It actually could be a bit of inspiration from Beckham, and they won for Sir Bobby Charlton on the weekend.
Like if we play well, we could marry a Spice Girl. It's like, well, we could at this point.
Probably. I don't know. A lot of people in Manchester don't like him, but maybe now. I'm going to have a look at Scott McTominay, the McTerminator, some people are calling him, the Scotland's best player at the moment. He's got 6 goals across his last 6 games for Scotland, which have been across the last couple of months, and then he's got 3 goals in his last 2 EPL games. He's a defensive midfielder, but all of a sudden he's just like, I want to score goals. Like, our strikers aren't doing anything. Rashford's been horrible. And then McTominay's like, I'm just going to push up and score absolute bangers from outside the box. He's been absolutely awesome. So $5 to score, I was pretty surprised about with the form he's in. He got 2 goals 2 weeks ago for Man U and then 1 goal on the weekend against Sheffield United. This is a step down. Copenhagen, they're just not in the classy sort of league. I'm going to say this and then they'll probably beat them. But I do think McTominay can score. They'll probably sit back. McTominay doesn't mind shooting from outside the box. So I'm going to go him at $5 to score. You got Højlund there as well. If just their $2.20 is their main striker. He got 2 goals in their other Champions League game a couple of weeks ago. But just the value definitely with McTominay, with the form he's in at $5.
Is Højlund what you get when you order Haaland from Wish?
Yeah, I think we actually said that on the EPL show once. He's actually a really good player from Denmark, I think. But yeah, definitely nowhere near Haaland yet.
That is amazing, man, because he's definitely Haaland from Wish. He's like, I'm not, what is he, Norwegian?
Yeah,
Haaland, right? Yeah, he's like, I'm Haaland. It's like, no, you're Højlund. Mark, settle. Blow it out your nose. All right. So McTominay, $5 from anytime goal scorer.
Yeah, he's not your traditional goal scorer, but the Rashford's out of form, sort of in attack. You got Bruno Fernandes who loves passing it to McTominay just to take some long shots. So I don't mind it. A bit of value there.
Be nice. Be nice.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.